This is no Offseason. I'm Hutch. Today we are going to talk about more Dynasty. Now, I'm in 108 Dynasty leagues, but today we are going to specifically talk about my Empire leagues. So, what is Empire? Now, being in so many leagues, you don't want all the leagues to be, the same style of leagues. And when someone asked me or got an invite for Empire League, I was like, man, what is an Empire League? I was like, not interested. But so basically, Empire, so everybody obviously puts money in the pot, but there's two pots. Now there's a pot for who wins the Dynasty League that year, of course, but then there's another pot, but that pot is not touched until somebody goes back to back. So that had me very interested on doing a league like that. And I was thinking about how am I going to, if you're really trying to go back to back, how am I going to draft in that type of style of league? But first of all, let's go to the scoring here. Whoa. So I reinstalled Sleeper and then it asked me to update. So I guess this is kind of a part of the update here. This looks like they got a new setup for the scoring on here. Interesting. I guess it's cool. Looks different for sure. But obviously, passing yards, 1 point every 25 yards. Interesting. But yeah, 6 point passing TD league for passing, rushing. Oh yeah, this is different for sure. It's kind of confusing because it has a 10 right here. It says rushing yards, but obviously 1 point every 10 yards. All right, well, let's get used to it then. Rushing TD 6. PPR, obviously 1 point per reception. Receiving TD 6. Tight end premium 0.5. Obviously no kicker, no defense. Any miscellaneous here. Obviously fumbles -1. Fumble loss -2. So maybe that's so if you lose the fumble, obviously 2 points. If you fumble but recover it, -1. Interesting. Very interesting. So I mean, if your running back fumbles the ball but falls back on it, does that count as -1? I don't know. That's an interesting one. But let's dive into the draft here. First Empire League, first Empire draft. What's my strategy for this? So luckily, can't remember how we did draft order, but ended up with the 101. Oh man, look at this. They got this little line here in the middle, third round reversal. Sleeper trying to make some updates. I've never seen this before. Interesting. But yeah, obviously third round reversal. I got the 101. How am I drafting this year? RB heavy. Easily picking here. Bijan Robinson at the 101. Now, obviously, we know the consensus 101 is Jahmyr Gibbs. But this draft was way early in the offseason. Couldn't tell the date, but way earlier. Obviously, no preseason. I don't even think free agency happened at this time yet either. But Bijan at the 101. Drake May, 102. Puka, 103. Josh Allen, Jason. Now, I'm like, you got to go back to back? All right, let's get crazy then. So Jamar Chase fell to the 106. So I traded up to the 106 to get Jamar Chase. Now, this was a slow draft. So the guy at the 107 was on the, I think it was like 8-hour slow draft. Could have been longer. But he was sitting at this 107 here for the longest of time. And then, he put his trade on the trade block. And I'm like, man, Jahmyr Gibbs is there. Let me go see if I can try to work out a deal with him. So I'm pretty sure I traded, some 27, 28 picks here to get up to the 107. But I was able to acquire Bijan, Jahmyr Chase, and Jahmyr Gibbs in an Empire League. Now, I still have to build the rest of my team, but, I was like, that's a good start here. So we see Lamar go off the board, St. Brown, Neighbors, Jaden Daniels, Burrow, Justin Herbert, Jefferson, kicker. So this person gets the 101 in the rookie draft. Caleb Williams, Brock Bowers, Genty, McBride, which was my previous pick. I don't have CeeDee Lamb, Jalen Hurts, Drake London, Mahomes, Dart, Taylor. Nope. Third round reversal goes back over here to the 301 down there at the 12 spot. Bo Nix, A-Chain, Trevor Lawrence, Colson Loveland, Amari Hampton. And I had no picks from... I'm at the 101. So I had no second, no third, and no fourth. Now, I didn't do that trade out of nowhere without, thinking ahead and doing so many drafts. I felt like I could still be able to build a decent team, not being able to pick until the 5th round. So we'll fast forward here back to the 5-1, and then I didn't pick until the 5-12. So I went ahead and took Tyler Shuck, obviously. In my most drafted quarterback episode, Tyler Shuck is my most drafted quarterback for the Saints there. Believe in their offense, playing in the dome. They did have, Olave, Jordan Tyson. Obviously, Jordan Tyson now is nursing that hamstring injury, and he will be out 2 months. But I still think the Saints will take another step, and that's saying that as a Falcons fan. So not even being biased there. At the 6-1, I take Brian Thomas. This is way earlier in the offseason. If I could do it again, I probably wouldn't have took Brian Thomas. Now thinking about it and how I like the draft, Chase Brown, Luther Burden look absolutely beautiful there. So going back, that is definitely something I would change there. But hopefully Brian Thomas can rebound off his second year season where he did not follow up his amazing rookie year. So still got faith in the boy Brian Thomas here. But, man, I would have loved to have Chase Brown or Luther Burden here. But that's what I'm dealing with. So at the 6-7, took Saquon Barkley. Let's see. No other picks here. At the 7-12, I went ahead and took Javonte Williams. Dallas Cowboys made no offseason additions to the running back room. Anything I would change there? Christian Watson looks lovely now. Yeah, so I ain't mad about the Javonte Williams pick there. Obviously, no 8th round pick for me. Fast forward. So at the 9-12, I take my boy Michael Penix here. This is obviously before free agency. So before they signed Tua. At the 10-1, I took Shadur. Oh, yeah, this is before free agency because I took DJ Moore at the 11-12. And as you can see next to his name, it says Chicago. So he thinks he's still playing for Chicago Bears. Underneath that, Javon Jennings, San Francisco. So way before free agency here. At the 13-12, took my boy Mark Andrews. Scout the board. No other picks over there. Great pick here. At the 14-1, I take Mike Evans. Obviously, he says Tampa Bay. Emire Dike. Obviously, before the draft, they got Carnell Tate, Gunnar Helm. This is before we knew that Chig was leaving. He went to the Washington Commanders, taking a shot on Elijah Arroyo. Year 2, Jake Tonjes, Quinn Ewers, kicker spot for the rookie draft, Rashard Smith, Jaden Blue, Spencer Rattler, Davis Mills, Devon Vele, Christian Kirk, Cooper Kupp, Jalen Lane, Darius Slayton, Jarrett Stidham, Raheem Sanders, Devontae Walker, Restrepo, Brady Cook, Ryan Tannehill. So that is my first Empire draft. The rookie draft, I don't think I had anything special here just because I had the mindset of I'm trying to win year 1 and then go back to back. So obviously not putting any faith in any rookies. I had not one pick in the rookie draft. So let's go ahead and take a quick peek at that team. Now, Tyler Shuck, QB1, Bijan, Jamar Chase, Brian Thomas, Mike Evans looks way better now. Obviously, he signed with the San Francisco 49ers, so that pick looks lovely. Mark Andrews, Isaiah Likely left, so hopefully Mark Andrews can get back to that tight end 1 love. Saquon Barkley, DJ Moore signing with the Buffalo Bills. That pick looks better. And seeing him in preseason week 1, he looked really good with Josh Allen there. He did get hurt. I think left getting hurt, but I think he is back to practice. Obviously, there is no questionable information next to his name, so he should be back. Javonte Williams Gunnar Helm, and Juwan Jennings at the super flex spot. Now, obviously, I can have some additions to this starting lineup, having a second QB. But what I would love to happen, I actually did spend time, throughout the offseason trying to trade for a QB, whether it was a vet, Aaron Rodgers, Geno Smith, Jacoby Brissett, but I didn't get anybody to bite. But what I'm hoping for, Michael Penix has been cleared for 11 on 11 drills, and Tua has not ran away with the job. Obviously, I'm a Falcons fan, so I follow the Falcons information very closely. And I think, man, Penix got a shot, man. We'll see what he does this week. Obviously, we only have one more preseason game. But he's back, man. And Tua hasn't looked that great for them they haven't even named a starter. So we'll see if my boy Michael Penix can come in and look good and hopefully earn that QB1 before week 1. And that would definitely help this team out here without having to trade assets. I mean, I've been trying to trade assets to get another quarterback, and it just couldn't get anybody to bite. Another cool thing about this team, Shadur started yesterday's preseason game, and he balled out. And obviously after that game, Deshaun Watson had that interesting press conference where he talked about fans booing him and thing. And on Twitter today, it was like, man, that was not a good look. And they should actually name Shadur the starter. And if they do name Shadur starter in the real world, it would help my fantasy team because I need a QB2 on this roster. So I have, 2 shots. Hopefully one of these can be a starter because I did trade a bunch of picks away to get obviously Jamar Chase and Jahmyr Gibbs in the first round of a startup. I only have a 27th, 3rd, and 4th and a 28th, 3rd, and 4th. So no first for the next 2 years, no second for the next 2 years. So obviously trading for Geno or Jacoby Brissett or Aaron Rodgers, I wasn't able to get anybody to bite because people knew that I needed, another QB. So they were sending me these ridiculous deals, and I'm like, I'm not doing that for, I'd rather wait it out than I think someone wanted like Mike Evans for Tua or something because I was trying to, have Penix and Tua, and I was like, nah, man, I ain't doing that. So hopefully I can get one of those guys to start. And man, how about my Falcons yesterday, man? Let's go. I mean, we had that terrible week 1 against preseason against Denver, but yesterday we looked good, man. Obviously we didn't play any starters because we had the joint practices, and they get a lot of information at those practices that the starters don't need to play in the preseason game. So our second and third string put in work on the Colts there, and the undrafted sensation Jack Strand balled out. So we'll see if he can make our squad, or we put him on the practice squad. But got a lot of love behind Jack Strand there, and obviously my Giants suck. But forget baseball season. I can't stand the Dodgers anyway. But yeah, that's my first Empire Dynasty team. We got Bijan and them boys. And another thing I've been trying to do before the season starts is obviously I take my team names pretty serious here, and where you see the game tight 19, I still need to come up with some names, but we'll get that done before the season starts there. But we are going to move on to my second Empire League, the Galactic Empire, year 1. Obviously, make sure you check out your scoring in Dynasty. Got this new sleeper setup here. Passes, interceptions, -2. Passing TD 6, 2-point conversions 2. It's actually better for my head placement for the scoring because previously I was covering up the scoring. So, maybe Sleeper's been watching my episodes, man. I highly doubt it. I only got 17 subscribers. Hopefully I can get 18. Somebody who's watching, hit that like, hit that subscribe for your boy. Rushing TD 6. Receiving, this might be the same commissioner in this Empire League, so it might be the same scoring. Obviously, tight end premium 0.5, 2-point conversion 2, receiving TD 6, full PPR. Obviously, no kicker, no D. Miscellaneous, it has to be because he got this fumble loss -1 and a fumble -1. So interesting. But we're not talking about that right now. Let's go to the draft. How did I draft in my second Empire League? Obviously, I had a couple, I don't want to say weeks of experience, because I think I did this Dynasty Empire League. I think it's like 3-4 teams later, because I enjoyed doing the Empire and trying to get that back to back. So here I am picking at the 107. Go at the 101. We see Josh Allen here, Drake May, JSN, Jamar Chase. At the 105, them boys let Bijan slip to the 105. I was able to trade up and get Bijan at the 105. You see Puka Nacua here at the 106, and at the 107, they let Jameer Gibbs fall to me. How am I drafting this year? After playing 1 year of Dynasty, going into year 2, I had a game plan. It was RB heavy. RBs are back. This is how I feel like is the best way for me, that I believe I can win year 1. So getting the consensus 101 and 102, Jameer Gibbs and Bijan in the Empire League is the way I would like to go. Obviously, now I have 2 Empire Leagues with both Bijan and Gibbs here. Malik Neighbors, St. Brown, Jaden Daniels, Brock Bowers, Joe Burrow at the 112. Trey McBride, Lamar, Devon A-Chain, Hampton, Williams. I took Genty at the 206. Obviously, I don't have a 3rd or 4th round pick. But at the 5-6, I went ahead and took Christian McCaffrey. So now, obviously, start out with 4 backs, RB heavy, and then I feel like I've done so many drafts, I can still build my team decent around those picks. At the 6-7, I take T. Higgins. I'm not sure if this trade here is from dropping back in the 3rd and 4th to get an extra 6. I think it is, just looking at it. I took my boy Tyler Shuck here. Obviously, T. Higgins at the 6-7. At the 7-6, I take a Rondé Gatson. This is obviously early in the offseason. I thought, year 2, Rondé Gadsden was going to take over that Chargers tight end room. Then they signed Mike McDaniels. I thought it looked better. But then they signed Kolar, and then they signed Njoku. Yesterday's preseason game said he even played no snaps with the first team unit, and he was out there with the 2nd and 3rd team. So I'm hoping that's just want to get him reps. Obviously, they said his blocking is not where it needs to be. So hopefully he can get that together before the season starts, because getting Gadsden in the 7th round early in the offseason I thought was going to be a great pick. And as time has went by, bad news has only gone from there. But it can't be any worse news than the 8-7 taking Ricky Pearsall here. We know he had that PCL surgery. I thought Ricky Pearsall was going to be really good this year, if he could stay healthy. But obviously, he ain't even healthy at all. So that's a bummer. Could have easily took Travis Etienne. Or not easy. Yes, easily could have took Travis Etienne or Javonte Williams, and I would have been happy with either of those. Bayshell 2, Derrick Henry. But I went Ricky Pearsall here, so that's a bummer there. Michael Penix at the 9-6. Obviously hoping he can become the starter, but obviously this is once again before free agency, before they sign Tua. But obviously once again here, I hope he can win that starting job now that he is cleared for 11-on-11. With still one more preseason game to go. At the 10-7, I take Devontae Adams here. We know he's coming back for another year with the Rams, and the Rams are on that Super Bowl mindset with signing Miles or trading for Myles Garrett. Rams would be pretty good this year. No pick here in the 11th. Another Empire League taking Mike Evans here. Says Tampa Bay before agency. Now we know he plays for the San Francisco 49ers. Chris Godwin's pick looks better here because now Mike Evans is gone, and it's only Mbuka and Chris Godwin and McMillan, and they signed her. So we'll see if Chris Godwin can get more healthy after that injury that he had a couple of years ago. And obviously last year he came back later in the season, showed a couple of good games, but hopefully after another year he can be more healthier there. Pat Bryant at the 14-7. Jameer DK doesn't look as great now because they signed Carnell Tate in the 1st round. Another Empire League with Shadur. Hopefully he can win that job. Caleb Johnson, Travis Kelce at the 18-7. He's coming back. for another year. He signed like a 3-year contract, but I don't know if he'll play for 3 years. Hope so. Better for my team. Jack Betch for the Raiders. Got a new coach in Kubiak, and they didn't really. I mean, they signed Jalen Naylor, but hopefully he can take a year 2 leap after last year being his rookie year. I mean, he was a 2nd-round pick, so hopefully the coaches like him. Will Howard, hoping that Aaron Rodgers didn't come back, but we obviously know Aaron Rodgers came back. So Will Howard pretty much just warming up the bench for me there. And they also signed Drew Aller, so new coaching staff taking a quarterback's never good for the quarterbacks that are there unless, they can win the coaches over. Took a shot on Tyreek Hill. Obviously no team. I don't even know why I drafted Bruce Miller, but I did. Kareem Hunt, drop. Joe Flacco, backup. Devon Vele looks a little better now that Jordan Tyson's out for 2 months. Darius Slayton is just Darius Slayton. Kicker spot, Darnell Washington, another kicker spot. Michael Carter, Restrepo. Nothing crazy there. Let's go to the rookie draft. Did I have... So I took Xavion Thomas, rookie in the 4th round, and Taylor Green. So nothing really worth talking about there. Let's go check out the squad real quick. Obviously, Tyler Shuck, QB1, Bijan, Jahmyr Gibbs, T. Higgins, Justin Jefferson, Devontae Adams, Travis Kelce, Christian McCaffrey, Rondé Gatson, Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, Geno. Now, I think earlier I traded for Geno because this is obviously way earlier in the season. Yeah, I traded 2/3 for Geno to have a QB2, but hopefully Michael Penix can earn that job and just... So I kind of got the same thing going in both leagues where I got Michael Penix and Shedeur, but this league I was able to go ahead and acquire a vet, Geno, but a little bit more QB depth in this Empire League. Obviously, I'd rather start Michael Penix. I don't know about Shedeur over Geno, but at least, I got, hopefully can have a rotation of quarterbacks here, so quarterbacks won't really be a concern. Now, I said Justin Jefferson, and I think I drafted Ashton Genty, so I guess I made a trade. Let's just go hop in there real quick. Filter, trades, Game Tight. Where you at, Game Tight? Let's go here. So, yeah, it's part of the rookie draft to trade up to get Bijan. I thought I got Bijan at the 105. Obviously, Sleeper would be doing its own thing sometimes, but it looks like, hypothetically, I guess, got the 10. I swear I took Bijan at the 105, but anyway. 106 and the 606 for 27 for a 27 second. 3rd, 4th, and 1105. And doing so many drafts, I'm comfortable with giving up, some rounds just because I feel like it can still build a team that'll compete. So I straight up traded Ashton Genty for Justin Jefferson. Obviously, this was, I think, later where we knew Kyler Murray signed with them. And obviously now we know that Kyler Murray is the starter. So that man, J.J. McCarthy, is not going to be throwing passes to Justin Jefferson. So that's obviously better. And there's the Geno trade there. So I did trade. Obviously, I drafted 4 running backs to start, built the team from there. I thought my receiver room could add a little punch and still having, maybe the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd top running backs, fantasy points wise, that I could add a wide receiver like Justin Jefferson to this team. Let's go ahead and just switch this here because we know Justin Jefferson's that dude. Sorry, T. We love T. Higgins, but let's get it right. Wide receiver 1, wide receiver 2, Devontae Adams. Anything I would change? Yes, boost this flex spot with Gadsden there. Hopefully he can, Ricky was supposed to be that guy. So this league, at least I do have my 28 first, 28 second. So as the season goes, the people who end up, tanking or trying to build for the future, I can offer a first round pick to try to boost my start lineup. But we looking okay. We'll just peek at this projection real quick, see how teams compare projection wise. I got 188, got a 182, 177, 171. So without injuries right now, hopefully it's looking like a playoff team. Before we go, I just want to peek at how my team over here in this other Empire League, 177, 181, 178, 177, 178. So I'm in the pack. But obviously, if I can get one of these guys to become the starter, Penix or Shadur, it's about Jennings there, that, what Michael Penix will say, he gets 15 here, put him in, I'll add 6 points to my projection and put me at 183. And then I would be highest projection team in this league as well. But obviously projections ain't everything, but there are something. But obviously those are my Empire League teams. I haven't done Empire League yet, but it seems pretty cool, especially if you can go back to back. So if you guys out there got some friends or crazy like me and go to that sleeper, and obviously the spiral of how all these dynasty teams became, is playing around with this fantasy football and join a league. That is how my whole dynasty journey spiraled. Is I found this join a league button, obviously joining the league, and that's led me down this road of having 108 dynasty teams. But now I'm capped at 108, man, and I've held my word, and I'm proud of myself. I said 108 and I'm done, and I haven't joined another league. But that is this. I just wanted to show one of the style of dynasty leagues that I'm in. Obviously, they're not all the same. Some are like start 2 tight ends, some are 2 QBs with a super flex, and I think the Empire leagues are pretty cool. So if you guys can get in one of those, I recommend it. But obviously, I'm gonna follow along in my journey, my dynasty journey, documenting how I do and what I learned. Obviously, last year I had 45 teams, and now I am up to 108. That's why I took a break on the dynasty teams, and I've been trying to prepare for the season-long drafts, because that is a different world. But I'm gonna document those as well. Hopefully, I can get some of those drafts live. I have a draft on the 30th in LA, live in person, on the one with the boards where you're sticking your stickers on the real board. So those are always fun. We haven't done one of these in 2-3 years in this league. So seeing the guys in person, I got kids and a family and things, so you don't see your boys as much as you do when you're living that single life. But follow along in my journey, man. I'm gonna be documenting my dynasty, and I'm gonna be documenting my redrafts and all the crazy stuff that I do. But I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I'm Hutch. This is no Offseason. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.